I'm at peace with it because I know I made the right decision for myself. I know it. Like deep down in my heart, I know I made the right decision for myself.
So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
What's up, guys? Today we're doing a heart-to-heart. It's been a while, and I think it's long overdue. Mainly because not mainly, but one of the reasons is I can't really do anything else on this channel, and I do feel like I've been watching my old videos lately, and I kind of want to just get back to my rambly-ass old self. I feel like that's what a lot of people like about me, and when I talked about how a lot of people don't watch videos like this as much, a lot of you reached out and said that these are the favorite videos of yours to watch. So yeah, we're gonna do this. Also because I have a friend who went through something similar, and they told me that their therapist said that they should not only write a letter to the person that they lost, but to read it out loud to someone so you actually put voice to it. Because, you know, a lot of people, when they lose someone, they will write a letter and then burn it, or write a letter and then put it away, and it's kind of cathartic for them. But I guess their therapist thinks that it's better to read it out loud to someone. And since I'm not much of a nonfiction writer, I can write fiction all day, but I'm not much of a nonfiction writer, and I've always used you guys as my diary. I thought this would be the best, most Tara Babcock way to do this. Long story short, this year I lost my best friend. Now, he's fine, hopefully. He's not dead or anything, but we just don't talk anymore. And for those of you who have watched my channel for as long as you can remember, as long as I can fucking remember, he's been on this channel. He's been a pretty big part of this channel, and to not be talking to him anymore is something that I never fathomed would ever happen in any circumstance. For those of you who are super interested in this video for the tea or the drama, I'm not going to be spilling anything personal. In fact, I'm probably going to even leave out using his name, even though everyone knows who it is, or keep it to a minimum, because I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this in the way that I always have, where I've been just open on the internet and sharing with you guys, and it always makes me feel better, and it helps me think about it. So I kind of just want to do this as like a closing of a chapter, basically. I told you guys that I was going through something rough back in like July-ish, June, July, August, and that was it. I have not talked to him for anything unnecessary for months now. Necessary being like, oh yeah, we gotta like change our fucking car insurance or something like that. And it's fucking weird. I actually feel a little bit relieved about it. Even though I am so open to things changing and us mending burnt bridges in the future, I think that right now this is something that had to happen. It's so funny because like a lot of people are going to speculate, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, being friends with the ex-boyfriend, that never works. And it's so funny because it didn't end for any of those reasons. And it's like so complex, and I think that he thinks he's in the right. People who are different from me, I can still see the way that they think. I've like forced myself to learn to do that, to be more empathetic with perspectives that I could never hold myself. And like I've always told you guys, when you know enough philosophy and psychology, it's really hard for you to be mad at anyone because you kind of get it. Even the most heinous shit, you can kind of understand if you think about like their upbringing, their background, all of the zeros and ones and X's and Y's that bring you to a certain spot. You can kind of get it, even if you're not feeling the same way. And I feel like I can put myself in his shoes and understand where he's coming from and understand how he feels. And there wasn't anything like huge that he did to me or that I did to him. It's just like, we don't see this one particular thing the same way. And I feel like I have to put in boundaries for myself and for the people I love around me to protect my peace. And I feel so much more peaceful now. But at first losing my best friend felt like losing a huge part of myself, and it still kind of does. But it's so sad. I couldn't put my finger on exactly why, because for so long he hasn't been that best friend to me that I thought would be my ride or die forever. I feel like we have very different wants and needs in life now, which is kind of why we grew apart in the first place in our like actual relationship, our like sexual partner relationship or whatever. I feel like we kind of started growing apart there and diverging in what we wanted and just growing differently. But I always thought that we could grow parallel. I always thought that we would be there for each other. We would check in. There would never be a point where we wouldn't be talking and we wouldn't be chatting and like arguing with each other, and still probably even making content on YouTube here. I actually bought like a little thing so that we could have headphone splitters so that we can react to videos together, because I still wanted that to be a part of our lives. And on my phone, like ideas I have for YouTube, one of them was like, who knows me better, my ex or my current boyfriend? Oh my God, that would be such a good clickbaity video. And it would be so fun because they got along so well. And that was so cool for so long. And all of that's gone. And at first it felt soul crushing. It was like, holy shit. There was a little bit of fear that like I had been best friends with this person. This person had been like my rock, my home for 20 years of my life now or something like that. 20 years, dude. That I was like afraid that I wouldn't be okay without him, even though logically I knew that I would be fine, especially having such an amazing fucking partner. Oh my God. Like, of course I'm going to be fine. But like part of me was afraid. And then immediately that was gone. And I just like missed my best friend. And I missed just chatting with him while I put away laundry and did menial housewife tasks. Like I really liked that, just catching up together. A lot of what made him my best friend and a lot of what we did have in common, we no longer did anymore. We didn't play single player video games as if it needed 2 players anymore. We didn't play video games at all. We didn't stream or do philosophical content. We mostly didn't even talk about me anymore, which I don't know. It felt like we were, instead of living in parallel lives, we were going separate. But like I thought it was just like a phase that eventually we would come back down and we would, like all of those traits would come back. Like I thought in the future, like when both of us stopped being so busy, we would make time for a day to game together and all of those things that I really valued about our relationship and our friendship. I thought that like he was just more busy in his social life, so he had more to tell me, and then eventually we would get back to, talking about me or talking about more abstract philosophical things. And that like I could rely on him more later on. And I thought that the problem that kept building in our relationship, I thought that would die down when things got different. But it was always, so we had like a core kind of issue, like a struggle for the last like 4 years, pretty much since we broke up. And that struggle there kept being a promise of that struggle ending. And then things would happen, understandable things, and I'm like, all right, cool, like a little longer. And it started really building up frustration and resentment from me, and my partner could see that this was building frustration and resentment, and he was also building frustration and resentment. And it was so heartbreaking to see the dissolution of our friendship and also their friendship, because they were cool. And that was like a dream to me, to have the 2 most important people in my life get along. And now that's totally not the case. And I'm way more open to that being the case in the future than my partner is. But we'll cross that bridge if we ever come to it. Right now, I'm just living my life and giving space. I've never given space to this person who I've had in my life for 20 years before. So maybe this is something that needed to happen. Maybe it's something that needed to happen like quicker. But I think what really I needed to do to preserve the sanctity of my friendship, my partnership, and my partner and my ex's friendship was I needed to set clearer boundaries to this thing that was a power struggle. I should have set clearer boundaries that had times and cutoff points, and I shouldn't have been such a pussy about it, but I didn't. And then it kind of came to a head, and I had to make a tough decision that I know he sees as a very callous, shitty decision that he doesn't even think I made, but I definitely made it, like 100%. And like, while I miss him, it's so funny, like, I would randomly build up this like pain for the first like month of not really talking to him anymore. It's been like since June, end of June. So it's been a couple months now. I would build up, and I'm sorry this is so vague. Hopefully you guys can get some enjoyment out of this. This is like more a diary post for me than anything else, but I feel like it really helps to just like have it out there in the world, just like every step of my life I've had out here on in the world on my YouTube channel. But this is going to be a little bit different because, I'm not just blabbing what actually happened, as opposed to like the Toby Turner video where I'm just like, yeah, and he stuck Molly in my ass, by the way. That's been getting a lot of traction lately, oddly. And then I found out there's like a whole new documentary, and then there's a weird little clusterfuck on that where I'm thinking about making a new video or taking down my old video or something now. I don't know. We'll see. Sidetrack. Anyway, back on track. I kind of just want to talk through this with you guys, and then at the end I think I'll talk through like the things I miss and stuff, and just kind of close it out with that and be like, see ya. That was the worst salute ever. See ya. Life goes on. Anyway, so at first, what I was going through in the like morning process was I was like, I was doing the like, you know, he'll fucking message me and we'll be normal, and then I'll, you know, everything will be fine like next week. That did not happen. And then I was kind of like, what the hell, dude? Like, really? You're gonna let this ruin it? And I was like, cause like I've always been more open to like, I just need like an understanding and an apology kind of thing, and like a heart to heart. I'm not really as much of the opinion, even though my partner kind of is, that there needs to be like a long term space thing going on and like a huge change or whatever. So it kind of hurt my feelings that like, yeah, he's not reaching out either, you know? And it's like, that's probably for the best, but still hurts, you know? And then I started having these weird dreams. So I don't dream a lot anymore. I think dreams for me are my brain utilizing some like repressed, or not repressed, but like some things that I need to work through emotionally. So they come up in like these weird abstract dreams. And then when I wake up in the morning, I have a better idea of what I want to do or how I feel about it, or it kind of like dissipates the feelings that I have. And like, so I don't have a lot of dreams anymore, because like 99% of my life I'm so fucking happy. Like I wake up every fucking day feeling blessed. Like my life trajectory is going on the exact path that I want, and it's so freaky. I'm so happy with everything else, to the point where I'm literally like afraid that something bad's gonna happen, and because I shouldn't be this happy, you know what I mean? Like I'm so, oh my god, dude, like everything is so perfect. So like I don't really dream as much anymore, or I don't remember my dreams as much anymore, but I've been having these weird dreams. And one of them was like, I was at a gas station filling up Reaper, my Jeep, and like I look over into the distance and I see like a cave, and I'm like, that cave has my best friend's favorite mineral or favorite rock from Serbia. I don't fucking know. So I go in and I'm like mining this rock, and I come out and he's like standing at my Jeep for some reason. I guess we're going to meet each other. Don't try to make sense of it. And I'm like, here's the cool rock. And he's like, whoa, thanks. And then we have this weird segmented abstract heart to heart. And then I wake up and I just since then I've no longer had those like really heartbreaking random flushes of like, I miss my best friend, you know? And it's not to say that I don't want him in my life, but the relief of like not feeling shitty and not arguing with him in this way every time I talk to him, and not having this thing loom over my head, is much stronger than me missing him. And it just feels kind of right, you know? It feels like at this point, at this moment, even though I still love him and will always love him with all my heart, like this is the right thing. So yeah, I haven't felt that way anymore. But the one thing that I still hang on to is my dream of like if I ever got married, that he wouldn't be my man of honor. Like I imagined him in like looking all dapper in like a pink suit and like partying with the rest of the people who are still in my life, and you know, all of our mutual friends and all of like the friends that me and him grew up with, like Brandon and Red. Even though Red would never come out into the public like that. He's very antisocial. He'll only be on my stream. But like that was like the dream, you know, to have that. Like I don't have a lot of people on my side. If I were to get married or whatever, I don't have a lot of people that I would invite to a party, or that I would invite to hang out with me, or that like I don't like, you know, he would be the main one, you know? And like the idea of that not being the case is like still a little heartbreaking to me, but that's like always what I hang on to. But I don't even think that matters. It's such a silly thing. I loved it when we did get both of the friend groups together, like my partner's friend group and his new friend group, and then our old friend group, or like just me inviting him to things. And like if we like double dated or whatever with somebody, like I always liked that. I thought that was really fucking cool. And you know, I liked the meshing of groups, because it felt like Hunter's group, like I've always said, I don't click with like that, you know? They're not my people. So it felt nice to have my people with my person and his people. And it felt like we could, so I feel like that's what's I can't imagine him not being there, It's like almost like if my parents weren't there, but stronger because he's been closer to me in my life than my amazing parents who I do love. So yeah, that's the thing that I think about the most, or that hurts the most, or whatever. But I mean, all the things that made him my best friend, we just don't do anymore. We didn't do for a while, and I always thought we would get back to it. But then this weird looming situation, this issue, kind of just... I did things wrong, for sure, especially within the boundary setting thing. I was a little too harsh at the end, but like it had to be done because I fucked up and didn't put in boundaries and fucking cutoff times and things like that. Like I really should have done that because I would have respected my partner's wishes at the same time as like putting in boundaries slowly over time so as to not seem so harsh. I can't talk about what it is. Obviously, it's not sex related or love related, or, it really has nothing to do with our old sexual relationship or anything. It's just, yeah, something I can't really talk about. Don't want to talk about it. I can talk about it, but like I don't want to bring people's bullshit up or my bullshit. That's why I just want to like get this out. I don't know. So, yeah, at this moment, I am best friendless. I almost feel like he had a resentment for me. That, because like how we would argue, if you've ever seen any of our old videos, we argue kind of harshly to each other, and I really like blunt honesty more so than a lot of other people, and he does too. And I think at some point that turned into kind of like projecting at me or putting me down, or just like looking back at it, it was a lot of like unnecessary meanness. It wasn't like I did something retarded and then he made fun of me in good spirits or even a little harshly. It wasn't even like that. It was just like a lot of negativity. And every time I talked to him, it started to feel like, I even tried to talk to him a little bit about this, and I fucked up and I apologized for something in the past, but then kind of also was like, but you should take personal responsibility. And he didn't take that well. And I don't know, I get it, but I really did want to mend whatever weird shit was between us from the past, because I felt like it was definitely in the past, because I've changed myself so much, and because of the dumb shit that I've done in the past that didn't align with my morals, like I completely rigidly changed myself to make no more mistakes like that because of how much it hurt my soul to be that person or to hurt someone I loved so much. And I never got a chance to like heart to heart display that, and I don't think we ever had a chance to get past that. And I really think that he did either resent me for past stuff or resent me maybe for leaving in the way that I did. I don't know, but he seemed so much happier. It seemed like I was just doing the smart thing, the strong thing. Like when neither of us were happy anymore together, and we'd grown apart as boyfriend and girlfriend, like sexually as boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever. Like, and now I'm living the life that I want to live without pulling him down into like doing nature shit that he doesn't want to do. And he's living the life that he wants to live, at least it seems like it, without pulling me into like a partying scene with a bunch of people that I don't want to talk to, So this made perfect sense. This was supposed to be the healthy thing, where we could coexist as besties, but he can go do the social stuff and I can go do the solitary in nature stuff and have like a traditional relationship like I wanted. I mean, as traditional as I could be, still like watch and hunt or fuck other girls and shit, but like, and like I found someone who actually like really makes me feel safe and at peace with all that shit, like I'm just like, I have the best partner ever. And like, he's been so amazing through this too, because he's been understanding while also still being kind of mad and like harsher than I would be. He's been so understanding. He lets me talk about it. He lets me vent about it. He lets me, feel the way that I feel, and while also like sticking up for me, because I sometimes make excuses for people that I love a little too much. And I definitely did that in this case, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if we'll ever talk again. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that we do. But either way, like, I wish him the fucking best, and I know that this is the right thing. Like, I'm so much happier now than I was 4 months ago. Just going cold turkey off of that shit, like, it really was starting to get a little toxic. And until I reflected and didn't have it in my life, I didn't realize that it was bringing my mood down. It was bringing me down, but I loved him so much and cared so much to have him in my life that like I was holding on to that it would kind of change a little bit. You know what I mean? God, I thought that if me and him ever stopped being friends, I thought that I would have no faith in forever friendships or relationships again. I thought that I could never be best friends with Hunter, my partner, because if we broke up, like maybe Hunter would need space and not want to talk to me and we wouldn't be best friends. But like, I feel like at least in the last couple years, like Hunter has been such a better friend to me. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like any despair for that happening. Like, I don't feel like, oh, I can never trust anyone again. I'm just like, oh, it's not like he really broke my trust or anything, really, but like that's not really the situation. But like I thought that like if I lose the one person I trust, I'm gonna be fucked. I'm not gonna have anyone. But I don't feel that way. If anything, I feel like I have myself and I'm fucking good. But I also feel like I have the fucking best partner in the entire world. And it made me realize that like the other two friends, Red and Cold, that I had with Jay, with him, I guess it doesn't matter, with Jay, everyone knows who the fuck it is. Like they're still my friends. We still do those things. We still stream and play video games on stream and a little bit off stream. And like, we still talk philosophy. We still argue about stuff. And oh my God, when I'm streaming with them too, on Tuesdays I'll stream with Red and on Thursdays I'll stream with both of them. Like I literally miss like Jay being on there too, just to like talk extra shit to Cold and like to make it even funnier. I miss him then too, but like he was never on there. He was never going to be on there. He was never going to be on my streams. Like he works then. There was no way to make that work. I just always thought that maybe down the line he'll have a different schedule. Maybe down the line I'll be able to free up my schedule a little differently, but like I don't even know if he would want to come on and do stuff like that. I think he just has his own life now, and like there's a lot of eras in my life that I cannot hold on to, but I miss like fucking crazy, and I look at with this air of beautiful nostalgia. And like, for instance, my StarCraft 2 era, StarCraft 2 just isn't what it was. It could never be what it was before. I will never go back to that. I can never go back to that. And I just look at it with such like warmth, you know? Same with when we used to play Magic the Gathering competitively. And I'm starting to feel the same way about when Jay was always in my life, when he was always on my streams, when he was always on the phone or always popping in or always coming to hang out. Like, I just feel like it's an era in my life, an arc in my life, if you will, for the anime viewers that I will always look upon fondly and miss like crazy, but it may never be able to come back, you know? Hopefully it just evolves into something new and better, and like we can slowly get back to that. But like, if not, I'm at peace with it because I know I made the right decision for myself. I know it, like deep down in my heart. I know I made the right decision for myself. And I know it because like, if I didn't, the way that I am, I kind of can't get over that feeling. Like I will cling and I'll be like, no, I made a huge mistake. And I'll just like look like a fucking, like a pussy bitch. Like I don't care about my ego. Like when I know I'm making the wrong decision and I'm going to lose something very important to me. And I know that like it's my fault. Like, yeah, but I don't feel the need to do that at all. I feel at peace with whatever he decides to do. And I will always have love for him. Once I love someone like that, it's unconditional for me. Like, doesn't matter. And I really fucking wish the best for him. I hope he gets everything he wants because, like, honestly, it's so cool in the first place to see how he grew. Because I was worried leaving him that, like, you know, he would never find his place or that we were too reliant on each other or something. But like, nah, he just flourished into his own thing, and it seemed like I was stifling like a beautiful dove or something. So I'm so happy for everything that he's done and just like finding himself and doing what he wants to do. Cool. Like, so happy for that. I hope he continues to do that, and I hope he continues to grow and introspect and, you know, figure out what he wants for his life. And if that doesn't happen to be me as a best friend, it hurts a little bit, but I think I'm good. Took a few months, but I'm good. Anyway, yeah, like, I'm gonna start doing videos like this again. I'll start doing philosophy videos, and fuck it, if it only gets like a couple thousand views, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I can. I will still do Friday Night Mail. I actually have a whole set of Friday Night Mail things that I need to go through over there. But yeah, I'm gonna do it really, like, if I have to, I'll blur shit. I'm not ever gonna like touch this area here if I have cleavage out, because clearly the newer, bigger boobs are like, yeah, I don't know. I hope this was interesting to you guys. Maybe some of you guys can relate. Or maybe it was just nice to have like a little girl chat with you guys, you know, like bestie talk. I feel even better now. It does feel like a weight has been lifted off of me or whatever. That final little 2-pound dumbbell I had on my shoulder feels like it's gone a little bit more. And yeah, tomorrow we get to go hike the Narrows. We're doing top down. So like the whole thing, the whole 17 miles or whatever it is, and we're camping in the middle. It's gonna be so cool. If I die to a flash flood, you guys may never see this because I've got a whole host of problems with my laptop. So I've been using Hunter's, and he's in trial right now. So he needed that back. So I'm just pumping out videos for the spicy and the non-spicy. But yeah. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope if you're going through something, you found solace in this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Did I already say that? I'm not sure. I think I'm losing it. I'm losing it as a content creator. If I hide the boobs, it restricts my creativity and my succinctness, and that's what I'm going to tell YouTube from now on, that the boobs need to be out. It's a necessity for me to you know, not be scatterbrained or whatever. Yeah, I'll be back in cleavage too. I just didn't have anything that matched these insane lips that I fucking did with my filming stuff. And I filmed like I voted pasties thing. I don't know. If you guys want to support the channel, all my links are down in the description. Spicy and non-spicy. Obviously, I don't make a single dime on this channel, and I'm pretty much algorithmically hidden indefinitely. Especially, it gets worse when you get a strike, and I have like an actual strike on my channel now. So yeah, but I'll see you on all the other platforms. My main platform that is free is Instagram, if you want to come hang out there. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh. Oh yeah.